Okay, I had to restart this because I accidentally used a person's real name and I'm not supposed to. I was I've discovered Broly, which I think there might have been a reason why Broly never came up in my feed until recently, and that's fair. Anyways, me and Broly might have a mutual acquaintance. Might. Might. And it got me thinking that what happened to Broly in 2021, 2019, 2021. Um, it got me thinking about how I've been doing my scripts, how I've been doing my stories and stuff like that. And I've been thinking about because I actually see Ryan Reynolds as somebody who's probably going to be a director in his future. Going to be really, really directing a lot of movies in his future. He's probably going to be doing a lot of acting too, which is great and cool. But I see him as somebody who's going from being the character to being the DM in like his near future. And I want to be employed by Ryan Reynolds. I want to be a part of the maximum effort group because I believe in what he does. And it got me thinking about how I'm doing my stories. And I was starting to think, what if instead of waiting for Ryan Reynolds to tell me to stop if he doesn't like it, I should assume that the lack of a response from him is a response. Now, I wasn't expecting a response in the first place because the character that I was using in these stories was never meant to be the real Ryan Reynolds. It was never meant to be an infringement upon his actual personality, but I'm not dumb enough not to realize how it could be seen as, a little, you know, um, like cayenne pepper. And I kind of don't want to be seen that way. I want there. I want people to know that there's a clear line, like a clear line for me. Like I can see the clear line. And after seeing that video by Broly, I started thinking, what if, what if people didn't realize I don't not see that line? What if they think I see a hazy, blurry line where the lines blur, on what's the appropriate action and what's not an appropriate action? Now, I think in the light of certain trauma, I can be. Well, I'm not even going to use the trauma as an excuse. I was just trying to create a good story, and that's not even an excuse. And I think I should do better. I can do better, and I should have been doing better. And so, for now on, the character who was Ryan Reynolds in my story is no longer going to be called Ryan Reynolds because I'm really, really worried that people are going to confuse it for the actual Ryan Reynolds, and I don't want people to confuse it for the actual Ryan Reynolds, and I don't want people to confuse what my thinking towards Ryan Reynolds is, and I don't want to be seen as a holy cheetah spots kind of person. So before I become the spider and the fly caught in my own web, as I have seen a lot of content creators become the spider and the fly caught in their own web. I think I'm gonna do some further rebranding. Oh, don't you worry, I'm still gonna be fucking vulgar. Vulgar as fucking all fuck out. Screw YouTube monetization. I've never figured that that was going to be my path in life anyways. A lot of the stuff that I'm doing on YouTube, I do it more for my own entertainment than anyone else's entertainment. Like, I appreciate having followers and I appreciate having fans, and but the only person that I really try to strike out to is really myself. Now, I really do want to get employed by Mr. Ryan Reynolds in his maximum effort kind of studio, but I don't like the feeling of stepping on feet. I don't want to be stepping on toes while I'm doing it. And I especially don't want to be stepping on the toes of somebody that I'm trying to consider um, my future employer, my future director, my future co actor. Somebody who I see myself as having a professional relationship with. As crazy as our hijinks might end up being, or might not end up being, I don't want to paint myself in a negative view towards a person that I highly respect. And, you know, I think we should, in a way, thank Cheetah Spots, because Cheetah Spots taught us all a very, very, very important lesson as super fans, and it's that we should be very careful where we draw the line, because sometimes the line can be clear to you, but it can be fuzzy to someone else. And Cheetah Spots may not have had a line, but I do. And I want it to be very clear that I have lines that I draw. That I actually do know the difference between inappropriate and appropriate. Because as a person as I am, I'm forced to be very careful in a lot of the things I do, because people will judge me very, very coldly and very, very harshly for my 10%. One day even I haven't, no, for my 0.0008%. One day I haven't even seen my 100%. And the other thing is, I really do, you know, as I have always done, keep in mind, the other creators on this platform are strangers to me. I mean, I might dream of actors and stuff like that. I might dream of being in Hollywood, but until that day is real, it is not yet reality. And I know this. But Cheetah Spots didn't, apparently. Cheetah Spots saw themselves as someone who walks into people's lives and is magically married to them. I think Cheetah Spots equitably was, um, excuse the vulgarity, but a gay stalker, a person who stalks gay men and attempts to bewitch them with her charms and prove to them that they're actually heterosexual. That's what Tiger Spots was. And I'll be honest, seeing that video reminded me that while I'm a super fan and I like to be really engaged with the content, I need to be careful. Sometimes you need to draw the line a little bit further back than where you think it should be. And you know what? I'm at this point gonna say Ryan Reynolds' lack of a reaction is a reaction. The fact he's not giving a take on it is the take. Maybe he doesn't see me as a stalker, but maybe he sees me as somebody who needs to rebrand myself, and I'm going to. Because even if I never do get employed by Ryan Reynolds, even if I never get a part in the professional acting career, I need to be making sure that everything I do is painting the picture that I want to paint. So that people coming into that picture, people coming into that video, that story, that weird post tags, you know, um, they understand it. That they know what this story is. So they know what is fiction and what is real. And we're living in a society where people are having a harder and harder time drawing a line from what they think is reality and what is actually reality. And I will be honest, if I'm trying to get into professional acting, I really got to be careful because whether I like it or not, I'm going to be influencing these people. So, on that note, uh, I'm undecided on names for the character. So, any of my followers, minus Rosita, minus Tiger Stripes, if you got some name suggestions, I would love to hear them. Keep in mind that the character really is meant to take the level of sophisticated, um, uh, of sophistication and um, swarm that Ryan Reynolds exhibits. I mean, that's kind of why I chose him as to be a character in the book, because I really just like that sophisticated swarm that he gives off, and it's the also the dad vibes, the dad bod vibes. They really give flavor to the character. So keep in mind that when I'm doing that, I'm not looking for a character that's. I'm not looking for a Tom or a Henry. I'm not looking for a common core character. I'm looking for someone with a character with a sort of epicness. So names I've been thinking of are David Wright, Will Richardson, Merrick, Ortego, Devin, George, Ricardo, uh, Tanner, Will Cock, Richard Dickenby, Jason Cockballs. Those are all terrible names. You know what? You'll see it soon enough. Cheers, everyone. And remember, superfans, that the Guild of Fad Boys, Fad Girls, and Fan Persons Associated would like to remind you that our creators and our superheroes are really just people with their own lives and their own hearts, their own bodies, and their own minds. So, behave. Don't be a dick. And if they say you have to pay $20 to get their autograph, give them $20 to get their autograph and stop being a big baby about it, you little bitch. Love ya.